So just make sure that you don't write more than one paragraph summary of your abstract. That is now. Let's proceed to the next feature, which is called the body page. We are going to be looking at this one under the practical way. Don't worry, right now we are dealing with the theoretical aspect, okay? So after you're done with the abstract page, the third thing you want to do is what we call the body page. Now, under the body page, remember, the body page now is where now it carries the content of your research work, okay? That is where now you're going to be talking at the, you're going to be considering the main agenda as to why, or the main agenda that deals with the question that you are given. So, under the body page, rule number one, make sure that under the body page, make sure that the pages of that main body, it should be double spaced. All this you're going to get under the instruction of APA work. You'll be told to double space your work. Okay? Then make sure you write the body page in Times New Roman as the font. Then the size is 12 points. Those instructions will get clearly, okay, in your research work there. You always get those instructions written there. Another thing is something to do with indentation. I wish if I was using a laptop, you could see how you can indent your work, okay, and also how you can double space your work using a laptop. That is what we normally prefer. If you're doing academic writing work, we prefer that you use a laptop, okay? But as you can see right now, I'm just using my smartphone. So, talking about double spacing, I know some people normally ask, can we do academic writing with us using our smartphone? Yes, we can. And there's always some people who are good at that academic writing work using a smartphone. But for me, I barely use a smartphone. I normally use a laptop, all right? So, with this my smartphone right here, it will be a challenge for me to show you how you can double space your work and also how you can do the indentation. But we're going to be looking at some other aspects, such as what we call the in-text citation. That is, you can see there, the third point is saying that the body should include in-text citation. So I'm going to show you how can you do the in-text citation, okay? And also I'm going to show you how can you cite your work from the reference page that we're going to be looking at last. So the purpose of that in-text citation is to allow the reader to check the reference at the end of every page so that they can find the full citation. That one we are going to be looking at in a practical way. Now, the fourth feature and the last feature under APA format is called the reference page. So after you're done with the body page, okay, don't worry, we're going to be looking at this one in a practical way through a sample that I'm going to share. So after the body page, what we have is the reference page. Now, the reference page should be on its own page. It is the last thing you want to do. Okay? So the reference page is located at the end of your paper. Okay? So the purpose of it is to allow the source to be found, but the person is going to read your work, but the person is going to mark your work. So there's always some of the entries that you need to follow while doing the referencing. That's what it's about. You need to include the name of the author, then the date, then the title, then the source. But we're going to be looking at this one by one. Where can you get the references, okay? That one we're going to be looking at in a practical way, so you don't have to worry. Right now, we are just talking about the theoretical aspect of APA format. I think up to that point, you guys have understood something. We talked about the four features: the title page, the abstract page, the body page, and the reference page. Now, what I'm going to do next is now I'm going to share with you guys a sample script of APA format work that was done and submitted and accepted and paid, okay? So just give me a minute. Let me open that APA sample as I admit the following people. So just stick there. Don't quit the meeting. Don't exit. So just allow me to admit people. We'll be looking at the practical way. I'm going to share with you a sample script of APA work, okay? So just hold on there. Just a minute. Let me share with you a sample script. But remember, what we just talked about here, we talked about the four main features that you need to include in your APA work. I've talked about the title page, the abstract page, the body page, and the reference page. So without wasting time, let me just share with you guys the sample script that I'm having here, so that we see if these features that we are just talking about here, are they there in our sample script. Okay. After we are done with that one, guys, the next thing I'm going to share with you is how we can use other apps such as the Zip and Zipper app and the Plagiarism Checker app. How can we use those two main apps, okay, in doing academic writing work? So just allow me to share with you now this sample I have, so that you can see how can you do APA work. How can you do APA work now? Allow me to share the screen so that you can see what I have at the moment. So just allow me to share my screen. Just be attentive. If you have any question, don't worry. Just type it there in the Nicole message. We will attend to it. So I was saying that right now I'm using just a smartphone. So pardon me at that point. There are some of the things that will be difficult for me to explain to you by just using a smartphone. But if I was doing this presentation using a laptop, then we could see some features clearly. Right now, I'm sharing with you a sample script of our APA work. So maybe can someone just confirm to me that you guys are seeing my sample script here before we start analyzing it one by one? Are you guys seeing the sample script that I'm sharing?
Yes.
Amazing, amazing. So thanks for that confirmation anyway. So guys, if you remember back then, if you were sitting, the moment you were studying this meeting, I talked about the four main features, okay, under APA format. I talked about the title page, the abstract page, the body page, and the reference. Right now, what I'm sharing with you right now here, as you can see, is the first feature, which is the title page. So under the title page, I mentioned something to do with the page number, the paper title, the author affiliation, course, due date, and all that. I think you guys can remember vividly. So right now we are dealing with a blank page. Okay. So under the title page, which is our first feature, let me just, there's someone who is knocking here. Let me just admit them. I don't want someone to do this one. I don't want someone to do this one. All right. Welcome on board, mentors. Karibuni sana. Now, I talked about the title page. I said under the title page we have the first element, which is the page number. Now, let's just confirm. Under the page number, on the far right corner, pale kwa corner, you can see we have number 1. So we said under the title page, we talked about the following elements. 1, the page number. You can see we have number 1 on the top right corner right there. So we've just confirmed that we have what we call the page number, or some people call it the pagination. Okay. The second thing is the paper title, or the topic of discussion, or the running head. Now look at this one. The topic is talking about the intersection of fashion and architecture. So that is our paper title. That is our topic. That is our running head. I hope someone is following. Don't. Okay, that person has just disappeared again. Let me just proceed. So guys, I hope everyone is following. Under the second, the elements I talked about, the page number, which you just confirmed. On the top right corner, we can see number 1 right there. Then the second element is called the paper title, or the topic, or the running head. And here the topic is the intersection of fashion and architecture. So we've just confirmed the second element. You can see there are some elements like the name of the students. You can just see it there. Okay, let me zoom out. You can also zoom from your phone. You can see the name, or some people can write the name of the student, or just student, the institution, the course, the instructor, and the due date. So these details you have to insert them. Maybe if I was using a laptop, I could just tell you that after you've clicked that blank page, okay, first thing you want to do is what you call the pagination, or the numbering. Then the second thing you want to do is to write the topic, or you can call it the paper title, or you can call it the running head. So you can see our topic is the intersection of fashion and architecture. Then you skip about 4 lines. then start writing the other affiliations, other details like the name of the student, the institution, the course, the instruction, the due date. These details you don't need to fill in these details because we are doing academic writing work for seeing. Okay, yeah, we are doing this academic writing work for the international students who are up there. Okay, so don't again go ahead and start writing your personal details here. Don't, like for example, name, you write Silas, maybe institution, you write, you don't need to fill in those details. Just leave them the way they are. Our clients outside there, or our customers, they'll fill in those details. Okay, so I hope that one we are loud and clear. We've talked about the first feature, which is the title page, and we said the title page has got the page number, paper title, you can see the name of the students, the institution, the course, the instructor, the due date. Now, we said the next thing you want to do after the title page is to do something to do with the abstract page, which is now you can see this sample script that I'm sharing with you guys. You can see we have an abstract right there. If you can zoom from your smartphone, okay. So we said an abstract. The moment you've been given an APA question, you always get something to do with an abstract under the instructions there. Okay, they'll always give you clear instruction, maybe between 50 to 70 word summary of your academic writing work, or between 200 to 250 word summary of your question. Now, we said that an abstract is an overview of the entire report work. It is a comprehensive summary of your paper. Okay, so you can see our topic is talking about the intersection of fashion and architecture. So if you are doing an abstract, which should be on its own page, okay, don't include an abstract page with the cover page. So because I'm just using a smartphone, you can see maybe it appears like it is on the same page, but if I was using a laptop, you could see it should be on its own page, on a separate page. Remember that one clearly. For the APA work, an abstract page should be on its own page as compared to the cover page. Now let's proceed. I was talking about an abstract, and I said it is a comprehensive summary of your paper. Our topic is about the intersection of fashion and architecture. Like, how is fashion and architecture related? So I'm just going to read the first line in our abstract, so that I can give you an overview of what this paper is all about, or what this question is all about. So the topic is the intersection of fashion and architecture. How is fashion and architecture, how do they intersect? How do they relate? Okay. Now look at the first sentence. It is stating, this paper examines the interrelationship that exists between fashion and architecture, period. So even if the reader is going through your academic writing work, they'll just get the first impression by getting the clarity about what this paper is all about. It's all about the interrelationship that exists between fashion and architecture. Okay? So you can see there are a lot of words there, but there's this part that is saying, there's this part that is stating that fashion as an artistic field deals in clothing, decorations, and basically how things are done. On the other hand, architecture is like an artistic field that deals with the designing and constructing buildings. Okay, so I hope you guys are seeing that the points that I'm reading. So even if someone is going to be marking your work, if they go through an abstract, they'll have an overview or the summary of what this paper is all about. So you can see the writer is saying that the paper examines the interrelationship between fashion and architecture, and he or she has gone ahead to explain to us what fashion is as an artistic field that deals with clothing, decoration, and basically how things are done. And also he has gone ahead to explain to us what architecture is all about, which is a field that deals with designing and constructing buildings. So I think up to that point you can see the importance of doing what? Including an abstract in your research work. It depends whichever topic that you've been given. Maybe you've been given topic to do with maybe malaria. Okay? Give us an overview. What that paper is all about. Is it talking about maybe the prevalence of malaria within a certain region in Kenya? Okay? You have to give us a little bit summary of what your paper entails. So I'll stop at that point. I don't want to read all the concept under an abstract. Just make sure that it is a one paragraph work or a one paragraph word summary, okay, of your research work. Now, that one you've seen an abstract page. And I said it is the last thing you want to do because you are summarizing that academic writing work. So you can't summarize something that you've not done, okay? So I said after the title page, the next thing is an abstract, which you'll just write an abstract page, then skip to the main body. You'll come back later and deal with an abstract page. Now, the next feature that I said was about the body page. Now, I'll just skip right here to the body page. This one now is the body page. You can zoom through your smartphone, please, if you're not seeing. So, you can see again, under the body page here, you can see the topic is appearing again. The intersection of fashion and architecture. We call it the paper title or the topic or the running head. You have to make sure that it appears in every page of your academic writing work. Now, if you can remember clearly, I said that under the body page, you need to make sure that your work is double spaced. Unfortunately, I can't illustrate it to you guys using a smartphone because if I was using maybe a laptop, you could see how we can double space our work through what we call paragraphing. If you are using a smartphone, if you are using a laptop, that is, you will understand. You just click under this certain place. If you open your Word document, there's that place written paragraph. It give you an option of double spacing your work and also indenting your work or leaving it in hanging form. Under indentation, you just select the option of hanging form. Unfortunately, you can't see it using a smartphone, okay? So, under the body page, this research work that you guys are seeing here, again, remember, under the body page, you need to include the following things. One, I said you need to introduce your topic. Under the body page, you need to introduce your topic. So, for example, this topic was about the intersection of fashion and architecture. You can see in our first line or in our first paragraph, the writer is explaining to us, is reminding us again what fashion refers to. You can see the writer is saying that fashion refers to a field of art that involves planning, designing, and constructing. All those you can see. Then, on the other hand, architecture is an artistic field that deals with designing and construction of building. You have to introduce your topic. If it is about malaria, introduce us. What do you know about malaria? If it is about maybe coronavirus, what do you know about it? If it is about maybe computer, what do you know about it? Okay? So you have to introduce your topic again. Introduction under the body page. First line, introduce your topic. Then, secondly, you can tell us something to do with the methods of data collection that maybe you use. Then give us the results and maybe the implications. So, we have a lot of work to do under the body page. And I said, in the same body page, there's something to do with the in-text citation. So I'll just show you guys what how does an in-text citation looks like. So an in-text citation in a layman's language, let me look, someone was knocking here. So an in-text citation in a layman's language or in a simple way simply means that is under APA format we normally say that you need to include the name, the last name of the character, then you give us the year when they made that statement. So let me just show you guys how does an in-text citation looks like. So inside your research work, for example, you can see this one written in bracket. After you've made a statement, or after the author has made a statement, okay, or after that scholar has made a statement, depending with the research work that you're doing, you need to include in bracket the name of the author who made that, or the name of the character that made that statement, depending with the topic that you've been given, plus the year when they did so. So, for example, you can see this one in bracket, it is written Meakins J 2022. This one is an example of an in-text citation. After making that statement, for example, we are talking about fashion and architecture. After you've given us an overview of what you think fashion is all about, or what you think that character explained, what they thought about fashion, at the end, or even at the middle of that conversation, okay, or that statement, give us the name of the character, then the year when they made that statement. For example, you can see this one is Miakins J 2022. So that Miakins J is just the name of the character. For example, if you are in this meeting, for example, let's say you are given a question to do with malaria, maybe explain the prevalence of malaria within Nairobi County. Explain the prevalence of malaria within Nairobi County. You know, the prevalence is just the rate at which people are affected by malaria. So, for example, let's say, for example, Brian was doing this academic writing work or this essay, and Brian explains that according to research that was conducted in a certain region, the rate of malaria is between maybe 50 to 70% within this region. Okay, the cause of that malaria is because of A, B, C, D. Then in bracket, just write your name, Brian, 2023. That is because that is your research work. But if you are getting this research, or if you are getting this, the content of this research work from Google Scholar, which I'm going to show you guys how you can get that one, just make sure at the end or in the middle of that statement, you include the name of the character plus the year. So, for example, you can see this one is Miakins J 2022. That's something that Miakins was talking about under something to do with architecture. Okay, I'll also show you another examples of in-text citation. I'll show you guys how you can do that in-text citation anyway. You don't have to worry. We also have this one, Zich, AN, then 2015. So it means that one is just a character. That Zich made that statement in the year 2015. So that one is an example of an in-text citation. So the last thing I want to show you guys is the reference page, and I'll show you guys how can you extract how can you cite your work, okay? Or how can you extract a citation from a reference. So let me just take you guys through the last bit of it. This one is just the body page. The last thing is about the reference right here that you guys are seeing clearly. So I said under the reference, this is the last thing you want to do. Okay, it is located at the end of your paper, and the purpose of it is to allow the sources to be found by the person who is going to read your work. Okay, so and I said there was something to do with there are some of the entries you need to consider while doing your reference. Okay, first thing, the reference is done on its own page. It is the last thing you want to do on its own page. Okay. Secondly, we have another rule that if you're doing referencing, make sure that you arrange all these references in alphabetical order from A to Z. I'm going to share with you where can you get the reference and how can you cite your work from your reference. I'm going to share with you that one. You don't have to worry, okay? So just skip the last line, then write references just like that. Bold it. Don't underline it. You can see it is bold. Don't underline it. Don't underline it. Then make sure it is written at the center align margin of your page. Don't write references maybe on the left margin or the right margin. Just write it at the center align margin of your page. Just right there at the center. Then make sure your references are arranged in alphabetical order. You can see these ones have been arranged in alphabetical order. The first reference is A, letter A. We have Amit. Then we have Bag, which is B. Then we have M, Marshall. Then we have Stevenson, which is S. Then the last reference is Yuan, which is Y. So make sure they are arranged in alphabetical order. If I was using a laptop, unfortunately, you could see how we can arrange these references in ascending order. That is, okay? I was talking about the entries. Make sure if you're doing a reference, you start with the name of the author first. As you can see there, even you can refer to the first reference, which is the Amit. Or let's take the okay, let me just take the first reference, which is Amit. So if you're of which don't have to be worried about references because you'll just be pasting them right from the Google Scholar. I'm going to show you how you can do that one. So you start with the name of the author, then the date. You can see the name of the author, which is Amit. The date is 2015. Then the title. You can see the title here. The title is about crafting business architecture, as you can see there. Okay. Then the source. The source you can see here, it is written Strategic Entrepreneurship Journal. You have to show us which is the source of your reference. Are you getting that reference from title page, or are you getting that reference from a journal, from maybe a book? You know, you have to specify. If you are extracting from a journal, newspapers, magazines, you need to specify. But again, if you got that reference from a magazine, maybe from a journal, from books, you have to make sure it is written in italic form. As you can see, this one written Strategic Entrepreneurship Journal. It has been written in italic. As you can see, that it has been written in italic form. So you need to consider those important aspects while doing your referencing. Now, I'm going to share with you where can you get the answers to your question. For example, this question, let me just go back. This one was talking about the intersection of fashion and architecture. So we're just going to be writing the same question through the Google Scholar as a site so that we can see how can we come up with the content under the body page. How can we come up with how can we cite our or the citation? How can we get the references? Okay. So you just allow me now to move to the last bit of it, that is showing you how can you use Google Scholar as the best site for your academic writing work. Okay, we have lots of questions that maybe you can extract. So, for example, let me just share with you. You just allow me now to share with you how you can use this site called Google Scholar in getting the answers to your questions. So, I believe all of us we have Google in our smartphone. But if you have a laptop, you can just decide and download the Google Scholar. Okay, so I'll just come here to the Google under my smartphone. Inside my smartphone, that is just a minute. Then inside the Google, just write Google Scholar. That is because we don't have it as an app. So just a minute. Inside the Google, just write Google Scholar. So it'll give you some time so that I load that one. So go to your Google inside your phone, write Google Scholar, then click the first one. You can see we have a lot of Google Scholar down here, but just click the first one, the first Google Scholar that appears right there. Just click it like that. Let's give it some time to upload, that is. Then now, inside that Google Scholar, you'll be writing that question that you are given. So if you can remember vividly, the question that we were talking about was the intersection of fashion and architecture. So just a minute, let's give this Chrome to give it some time to open to us the Google Scholar just like that. Then inside the Google Scholar, write your question. So our question was about the intersection of fashion and architecture. So generally, you don't have to write everything. Just write fashion and architecture. So just a minute. Fashion, just write fashion. Okay. And architecture. You can see it is appearing here. Just click it, fashion and architecture. Just like that. Then you can see a lot of people have talked about, and you can see the fashion of architecture. Our question was about the intersection of fashion and architecture, which you can see here. It is written the interrelationship between fashion and architecture. So you can see this is where we get all our answers. Just look. The ones written in blue, these are people who have talked about fashion and architecture. So we don't have to strain. What we'll do is just to click the second one, which is a little bit, not a little bit, but it is the exact of what we need. The interrelationship between fashion and architecture. How are they related? So what do you do? Just click it like that. Okay, the interrelationship between fashion and architecture. That is our topic. Then now what you do right here, I said there's what we call plagiarism. That is copy-pasting someone's work directly. You can see we have a lot of authors who have done something to do in fashion and architecture. So you don't have to copy their work directly. What you have to do, just read the first paragraph. Okay? Then be creative enough, come up with your own sentence or your own paragraph. Please don't copy paste someone's work direct. You'll be penalized, okay? So you can see that, look at the first paragraph. It's saying this research describes the nature of the relationship between fashion and architectural design, that is. Okay? Then you can see we have a lot of sentences there. The most logical relationship is that both fashion and architecture provides a shelter for people in different social dimensions. So what you have to do, just read the first paragraph. Okay? Be creative enough. Don't copy paste. Don't start with the exact words that these people are saying. Don't even think of starting with the exact words like this research describes the nature of blah blah blah. No. Come out with your own way of approaching this question to avoid what we call plagiarism, copy pasting someone's work directly. Okay, so you can see there are a lot of words here, but if you want to see the whole document, you just do it by your own. What I'm just saying, just be creative enough. Okay, yeah, you can see if you proceed this. There's that place written that on there. Okay, all right, I don't want to read that part. All right. On the other end, there are, I don't know if I can highlight this one so that you guys can see what I'm. Okay, let me just highlight it. I can say I can highlight it clearly. Okay. On the other end, there are many similarities in materials characteristics, although both fields use totally different measured on different skills. So I was saying, what you have to do is very simple. Okay. You don't have to copy these authors by using the exact words. For example, this was their first sentence in their first paragraph. This research describes the nature of the relationship between fashion and architectural design. You don't have to copy it the exact way. Just come up with your own way. Okay? So, to avoid what we call plagiarism, to avoid what we call copy-pasting someone's work. Some people, they always want the easy way. They want just to copy-paste this thing. They copy the exact word, they paste, then they proceed. If you do that one, possibly you'll be kicked out, your work will be rejected or declined. So, as I was saying, just read the first paragraph, come up with your own way. Because I'm saying we have a lot of authors. We have many authors. Sorry for that one. Let's just... Okay, sorry for that one. So just avoid copy pasting someone's work directly. That is, be creative enough, okay, so that you avoid being penalized. Now I'm going to show you guys how can you get the reference. All right, so let's just repeat the same process I was telling you. Go to your Google, write Google Scholar. Inside the Google Scholar, write the question that you've been given. Okay. So just a minute, let me upload. So after you've clicked maybe the first research work or the first after you've gone through the first content of the scholars, we have many people who have done the exact question, or we have many people who have done similar research work. So what you have to do, you know, I realized that I clicked the wrong part when I was showing you guys this one. So I said you just come inside the Google Scholar, write fashion and architecture like that. Give it some time again to reopen, that is. Yeah, you just have to wait a little bit. So after you've gone through the first content of the first authors, again, go back and confirm from the other researchers what are they saying about fashion and architecture, so that you come up with a one-page work with different content which you are composing in your own way. Okay, just a minute. I don't know why it is taking long. Fashion and architecture, this one right here. Yeah, so you could, okay, you can remember I chose the second one, the interrelation between fashion and architecture. After you're done with that one, you can even decide to click the first one, the fashion of architecture. Then go through the first, for example, just click it like that. Then check out what are these people saying about fashion? What are they saying about architecture? Okay, you can see we have a lot of people who have done the same research work. We have this one. After you've come up with your own sentence in your first paragraph, just go again. What are these other different authors saying again about fashion and architecture? Because we have a lot of people who are talking about the same topic, okay? Yeah. So you can see we have a lot of people giving us different ideas about fashion and architecture. See? So that is why we are saying you don't have to copy someone's work directly. Just go through the first scholars. What are they saying about fashion and architecture? After you're done with this one, okay? Okay, there's something, okay, let me just skip that part. Then again, go to the fourth, the fifth. You can see we have a lot of people who are talking about the same topic or similar topic. So that one we are just using Google Scholar. So I'm going to show you guys how can you do what we call how can you get the references. Then from those references, how can you cite your work, or how can you do what you call citation. So you just allow me to, I don't want to, okay, just a minute, just want to go back a little bit, right there. So you can see in your smartphone, I was saying there's something that I forgot about citation or the reference or the old research work. So you can see through your smartphone, there's that place written in the year. If you click it, that you can see we have anytime since 2023, since 2022, since 2019. So if you are doing your academic writing work, that is, make sure you use those citations or use those references, or make sure the research work that you are doing is the one that is updated. Okay? Updated means the research work that has been done 5 years down the line, from 2019 onwards. So if I want to get the references, I'll just select maybe since 2019. I just click like that. Okay. So after I've clicked that one, it means that the research work that I'm looking at right now, all this research work, they are the latest research work to do with fashion and architecture since 2019 onwards. So if I want to get the reference, for example, just click these arrows like that. Okay. If you're using a smartphone, then you can see there's that place written in cite. Just click it. Then you can see we have everything that we need. If you want to, for example, right now we are doing an APA work. What you have to do, because we're dealing with APA, just come right there, copy it and paste it. This one is the easiest way to get references. Okay? So since you're dealing with APA, just come there, copy it and paste it. There are no penalties in copy pasting these references. So how can you cite your work using the references? Very easy. We said you need to write the name of the first character, then put a comma, then the year when they made that statement. So for example, in this instant, I'll just take the name of the first character. For example, I'll just take this one that is called Logan. So maybe I'll go with that one. Maybe Logan, comma, 2021, then you put them in bracket. Okay. For example, let me just go back. Right. I don't want to. Okay. Let me just go back to the first one that we had. The one that I talk about anytime, right? Like that one. So I'll just go with this one. The interrelationship between fashion and architecture. Then I'll click this place written cite. Okay. I'll click it like that. If you guys can remember, we had, okay, let me just select the APA like that one, okay? The interrelationship between fashion and architecture, APA, simple. So if you are doing your citation in the middle of your body page right there, for example, someone is talking in the middle of your sentence or even at the end of your sentence, okay? You just include this character, maybe Farahat, comma, BI in bracket 2014. As simple as that. Okay? So we'll just take the name of the first character, maybe Farahat, comma, 2014 in bracket. That is the easiest way in which you can do what? You can always cite your work. Okay? So what you have to do, under the reference I was forgetting, you don't need to put a lot of references. A maximum of 5 is enough. Just make sure that to get the references, after you're done with this one, just move again to the next, maybe. Because all this is about fashion and architecture, just go maybe look about this one again, click under the site, give it some time to load, then come again, copy paste like that one, okay? Just make sure you get about 5 references. Then to cite, very simple. Take the name of the first character, maybe Kini, comma, 29. This one is Kini, comma, 1999, but that one you can see this one is outdated. We said you need to be using those references that are the latest references since 2019. That I was telling you, just click here, then get the references that are latest. Okay, so that you don't give us the references that are outdated. Okay, so you can see similar people, a lot of people talking about fashion and architecture. Just click the site like that. All these references, they are the latest references. You can see this one is from 2019, okay? As simple as that. Just write Wallander, comma, 2019, then put in bracket. The easiest way to do what? To get your references, okay? And how to get citation from a reference, I've also shared with you that one. So now, the last part that I want you guys to understand is that after you are done with this academic writing work, again, you need to have this app called the Plagiarism Checker app. This one right here. So I'll just show you. We have a lot of them, but let me just show you through Play Store so that you don't download the wrong plagiarism check. So after you're done with that academic writing work, for example, you are doing that question to do with fashion and architecture. What you do, you can see the plagiarism checker that I'm recommending you guys to have. We have a lot of them, but I'll prefer this one with this logo, the green and the black logo. So just open it like that. So this app will help us in two ways. One is to give us the rate of plagiarism so that we can see, do we have the right plagiarism rate before we submit our work. Secondly, again, do we have any spelling errors or the spelling mistakes, and how can we fix them, okay? So you can decide and start with the plagiarism checker, in the one in green, and again go ahead and look at the grammar checker to look at the spelling mistakes. But okay, now I'll start with the plagiarism checker. I hope everyone is following. Just click the plagiarism checker like that. Inside the plagiarism checker, upload that file. Okay, before I just do that one, because I just want to confirm before I do it. You know, I don't want to rush. I just want to confirm that everyone is following, okay? So, right now we want to talk about the plagiarism checker, okay? If you are following the presentation, before I move to those apps, as we summarize, through a reaction of the emojis, let me just see those people that are following. Maybe you can just clap here, or maybe you can send these things, just to confirm how many people are following what I'm doing before I summarize. So you can decide to raise up your hand. Okay, you can see Scholastica. You can see Scholastica is following. Okay, Mass is following. That is good. Zip is following. I can see we have a lot of people who are following. Susanna is there following. Fatima, this is amazing. Okay, so it means that a good number of people are following. So let me proceed to the last bit of it. Then we'll come here again and we talk about the last thing. So that one is good if people are following, all right? So the last bit of it, I was talking about this app. I'll give everyone a chance to speak, don't have to worry. So I was talking about this app called the Plagiarism Checker app. So very simple. This is the app I'm referring to. So I'll start with the Plagiarism Checker first before I go to the grammar part of it. So under the Plagiarism Checker, just upload the right file. Okay, so for us, we were talking about fashion and architecture. So I'll just come here under the Word file, and I'll be tracing that Word document that deals with fashion and architecture. So without wasting time, let me just come. And okay, someone wants to join. This is the document, fashion and architecture. So that one is it. So let's wait for the results first. To check the plagiarism, just click the green button, check plagiarism, then we wait for the results. So the results will give us the uniqueness of our academic writing work. It will also show us the plagiarism rate. So you can see the uniqueness is 97% unique. It is 3% plagiarized. So if you're doing your academic writing work and it exceeds 10%, maybe you should be minimizing that rate of plagiarism. It means you are copy pasting someone's work at a high rate. So for example, you can see this one is about 3% plagiarized, 97% unique, 100% complete. So we can go ahead and do what? Submit this work. But before we do that one, we have to look at the spelling mistakes. So just click the grammar checker like that. So remember our talk was about fashion and architecture. But if you're given academic writing work, they always come with the order number. So to fix all mistakes, you can see the mistakes have been highlighted in red, just like that. Those are some of the spelling mistakes. So if you want to fix it, click the fix all mistakes button like that. They've been corrected right now. They are in green color. Then now we can go ahead and do what? Download this app. Not app, but this word. These are our academic writing work. So I said that you have to make sure you save them with the order number. So for me, I'll go with the order number. Maybe we'll say
Ni boklich dondruok ema odonre. Oling.
so. Sorry for that one. I was talking you through how we can use the zip and zip. How we can use the check plagiarism. Before that app misbehave, so we'll just repeat it for the last time now as we summarize. I'll repeat it. Don't worry. There was a network error right there. You don't have to worry. Let me repeat it. So I was taking us through. I had already downloaded that document, the Word document. We had checked out the plagiarism rate and also the grammar part of it. So I was taking you through the last app. I hope you guys saw that part before I was kicked out. You saw that? Okay. Just a minute. There was a minute. I hope you guys saw how we can use this app called the Plagiarism Checker. This one right here. So we had already looked at the plagiarism and the grammar part of it. So after you're done with this app, which we had already done, and our document was order number 002345, the last app you want to use is this one called the Zip and Zipper app. Let me just show you this one here. So after you are done with the Word document, okay, we have looked at the spelling mistakes, we have looked at the plagiarism rate, it is fine. So the last app you want to use is this one, the Zip and Zipper app. So just a minute, then we will start. So this one is the app that I'm referring to. You need to have it. So to use it, just click start. Because we want to attach that Word document that we just did, that academic writing work. Make sure you attach a zip file document. Don't attach, while submitting your work, don't attach PDF document, don't attach a Word document. Always attach a zip file document. So just click the compress files because you want to compress this Word document into a zip file. Just click it like that. Okay, you just omit those ads. So after you're done with that one, you have to make sure that you trace that document that you just did. So let me just trace that order number 00 under the check plagiarism. Okay. Let me just go back to trace it. Okay. Just a minute. I want to trace that. Just a minute. Is that document that we just looked at the plagiarism rate? Okay, I'm just trying to trace it where it could be. At times it normally gives us hard time to trace. Okay, let me just check it out. Just a minute. Out there. Plagiarism check, I don't know. Maybe it is here. So it was order number 002345. Okay. Alright. Let me look at the right order number. if it is not there, we'll just have to repeat. Okay, let me just assume that just a minute. Always make sure that you attach the right document, that is. So I was just looking at this one here. Okay, order number 2, 3, 4. I'm not seeing it, but let's now, I think I'll have to repeat it again. Or let's just assume, always make sure you attach the right document. Let's repeat it. Where is it? Plagiarism checker right here. Yeah, I'll repeat the whole process so that we have the right document, okay, to convert into a zip file. So I said, let's start with the grammar checker maybe. So just include the Word file. All right, I'm just praying that the app doesn't misbehave and kicks us out. Just right there. Passion and architecture. I think I'll have to change. Let's fix all these mistakes first. I'll have to change the order number now. The plagiarism rate will at times fluctuate, okay? So let's see this one. So long as it is below, you can see this one is 1%. So we go ahead and do what? We save this document. For now, I'll go with order number 1, 2, 3, 4. Just a minute. Let me save this one. Okay, just a minute. Order number 0, 0, 1, 2, 3.
What do you take now?
No, this zip and zipper to upload. To take.
Todo se chapa droga.
So after we are done with the looking at the plagiarism rate and the spelling mistakes, the last thing you want to do is to use the zip and zipper app now, so that we can do what? We can convert this Word document into a zip file. So it allow me to again share my screen and show you guys how can you use the zip and zipper app to convert a Word document into a zip file. Okay, so don't have to worry. Let's proceed now to sharing that screen and look at how can we convert that Word document to a zip file. So I said, you just come here to the zip and zipper app, this one right here. All right, just a minute. Then inside this app, just click the compress files like that. Then make sure that you trace the order number that you want to convert into a zip file. Just a minute.
Internet bundles 50% used.
Okay, so just come here.
Your bundles are made.
Under the plagiarism check, it was order number 1, 2, 3, 4. So not there, this one. Order number, this one here, order number 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, you can see it. So what I'll do, I'll just click the 3 dots like that. Then click compress. Make sure you save that order number. Make sure you save that work with the right order number. So for example, this one, I'll just come here again and edit, write the order number 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. Then save it. So you can see that that file has been compressed successfully. So I've shown you guys how you can use the plagiarism checker app, how you can use the zip and zipper app to convert that Word document into a zip file. So when you're submitting your work, make sure you submit the right document, the right order number, which is now, for example, this one is order number 001234. So that is the document that you should be submitting after doing your academic writing work. So I hope guys you've seen it clearly. This one is the document I'm referring to, the order number 001234. Okay, this is the document that you should be attaching while submitting your work. Don't attach as a Word document, don't attach a PDF document. So I think guys, up to that point you have seen how we can do APA work, and also you've seen how you can check the plagiarism rate of your academic writing work. You've also seen how you can use, how you can check at the grammar, all the spelling mistakes, and how you can use the zip and zipper app now to convert a Word document into a zip file. Now, up to that point, is there anyone who has got any question, any academic writing related question? I'll respond to before we exit this meeting. Any question about academic writing work, you can decide and raise up your hand or type it in the in-call message. I'll just respond to it. You can see Susanna and Eva have got a question. How to submit your work? Okay. Okay, how to submit your work? That one I'll share with you guys. Okay, Susanna, can you ask your question?
My question is, will one be told in the instructions how to send the file?
Okay, let me respond to that question. Will